The one guy is gonna be like, see, immediately are you the notification? Be like, no way. It's true. Also, Jake, you aren't streaming anymore. I don't know if you realized that.
This is important artwork.
What? Oh, it's important, so we can't see it, I take you mean.
Is that what?
Yeah.
What else did you think? You're not streaming anymore, mate.
I can't hear half of what DSJ's saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Oh.
Yeah, moving you to this channel.
I
Killed
can't.
your stream.
I can't stream in this channel.
Oh, really?
I press go live, nothing happens.
Hold on, I'll fix it.
Oh boy.
Go!
Nope.
Eh?
Nope.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm gonna jump to the other voice channel real quick and see if it works. Move it back in like 5 seconds.
Yep.
Alright, thank God we can start the stream now. Done. Okay, so it's stream.
Work there. Doesn't work here.
Well, permissions. People aren't allowed to connect by default, but you can speak and use video, screen share, stream again.
So, I mean, it hasn't blocked out the share your screen button. The activities, for example, you cannot launch activities in this channel. Well, let me. The share your screen is still... Hang on, do me a favor. Manually move me down to the development channel.
Okay.
And then back in a few. Well, I thought it might be because you moved me, but no, it works there as well, so... I don't know. Maybe if we try streaming an application. Oh, no. Oh, hello?
V, what did you mean? Oh no! Oh god, Vigge starts a stream, but first time in years, immediately has to leave to go deal with his cats. God, I hope we're at least like talking on the stream.
Oh yeah, we are. I just checked. He didn't say anything about it. Just left.
Oh, of
Oh
course.
Jesus.
I don't know if we're supposed to be heard because it is the stream starting soon screen. But hello.
Hello, Viggy's cat's probably destroyed his entire kitchen, we think. He'll be back hopefully within 2 minutes, otherwise you'll just have to deal with us and our lovely commentary.
Literally, we can't put anything on the screen for you, which is like
Well, no,
hilarious.
there's a few pictures swapping around.
Yeah, I guess
That's
we can try and do
entertainment.
something with that. I don't think there's much we can.
No, but they have a few pictures they can look at.
These images are so old.
Yeah.
Look at them. Oh.
He extended it to 5 minutes. I'm assuming that meant something went bad in the kitchen.
Oh.
Viggy, is your kitchen okay?
Yeah. Was the cat trying to get into like the snack yard?
Viggy, just to double check, are we supposed to be able to be heard on the stream during the starting soon screen?
Yeah,
Okay.
I added that.
Cool.
Just because I don't know why.
Naturally.
I hope the audio levels are good. I'm just gonna preview for a second.
Cool.
Just because I don't know why.
Naturally.
Maybe lower the music a smidge would be the only thing.
But yeah, I forgot I have low volume on Windows.
Yeah.
Maybe I should turn up Windows because I can barely hear it now.
So Vigge, tell all the lovely people what you're doing today.
I was
That
going
might be
to
a
do
smart start.
that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's see. We used to go back to the.
I was kind of enjoying just sitting in silence for the whole stream, to be honest. I thought it was going to be a good idea.
Yeah, it does give a
I
certain
was
mood.
hoping to do that as well. Okay, now I'm back to the dashboard where the chat is much more readable. Okay, so the plan for... Wait. This stream current bitrate is... We recommend...
Oh, yo, I see a cat on the camera.
There's a cat on the camera?
It
That
was
was
the
what there
guy
was for a second.
Oh, Jake, try to stream now, by the way. I changed something.
No,
Okay, I think we're
they
back
won't
to
let
the
me.
issue where it's super low and then super loud.
Vigge.
What?
Because I changed the perm, it should let you stream here. I think, Jake.
Nope. I've been
No.
banned from streaming on the live stream channel forever.
Okay,
Such a
so
shame.
Just for a second, lift the perms on people coming in and out and see if that helps.
Well, no, because there's a video thing that would be blocking it.
Well,
I mean,
when it's
hold on.
my stream thing isn't blocked. I can still press the button and press stream. It just immediately stops.
Okay, what if I do that then?
Yep, now I can do it.
Weird.
Cool.
And if you lock it, yep, it stays up.
Okay, that's a bug. Let's report that to Discord, I feel like.
See, we got our little private stream where she's its own thing. Viggy's stream for everybody else. Anyways, yes, hello everybody. To introduce ourselves real quick, I mean, we're kind of introduced on the side of the screen. I'm DSJ, I'm the lead writer for the project. The icon below me is Monar, our project lead. Viggy is our lead level designer streaming. And Jake is one of our 3D asset guys. He's not a lead. He's not
Yeah,
cool with the rest of
I'm
us.
not important.
Yeah, but he's here too. He's currently working on, this isn't really a spoiler, some texture variations for feral stuff. Cool. Maybe at some point we'll show them to you. Maybe we won't. There are no guarantees in life.
Okay, so I'm currently working
true.
on really old areas. I'm just trying to touch them up a bit, so it's... Instead of looking like this, it will look a lot better in the end.
Mm-hmm. Also, the restream is like not working whatsoever.
What?
Stream chat? No, oh my god.
Yeah.
Is there any way to...
What's wrong with Viggy's stream?
Maybe this...
His little chat bar in the corner is not working.
No.
Yeah, restreaming I might have gotten that feature killed off.
Yeah. This work?
Professional
No.
streams.
Ow. There we go. Yeah, because we're on the streaming this on YouTube now anyway, so it's less of an issue.
Not the
Because they don't let you stream on 2 platforms now. So yeah, just to like answer some general questions. Yeah, we've been, kind of busy in the background. A lot of good progress so far this year. Things move along as they do. World space wise, we're at a point where we're fixing stuff, which is good because it means you're not necessarily creating a ton of stuff. And there's definitely still areas we're working on, but a lot of stuff has come together really nicely, especially recently.
Yes.
Thanks for the input there, project lead.
It's working now? Ah,
What,
fuck.
chat? Yeah. I'll take it.
How does it even
yeah.
look?
So to answer the question, release time mode is always as it is, has been, which is when it's ready. You know, it will. We do intend on having this mod project come out at this point. So, you know, we're not going to give a hard date until we are actually at a point where we're not rushing to like meet a date or anything. But definitely, we intend to release this project at some point. Yeah, I mean, the best place to always start with modding stuff is just to look up some tutorials, especially for the CK. There's, a lot of good resources there. And just kind of always start small on something. So if like, work on building like a bit small building if you're interested in level design, or coding wise, find sort of easier coding languages to learn, or at least because largely coding languages sort of have some similar aspects. I mean, they're not entirely the same, and some are going to have like weird esoteric issues. But if you're like looking to get sort of just experience in how do I do this, how do I do that, definitely start small. We don't really want to give a year. I mean, there's always hopes that we have, but like I said, we don't want to set ourselves up in a position where either we're constantly delaying or we're rushing to meet a date, because neither of those really encourage confidence in a project, and the latter one can result in something that feels way too rushed and unfinished. So yeah, for the tone of our story, there's some information that's on our website, which we also update at some point. Having said that, Flynn will now complain because he's got to update the website. Broadly, we're trying to go for sort of a story that's very focused on a kind of post-war world where the concerns that people have are largely ideological, fighting over resources. Broadly, like not like a super gloomy and barren and sad world, I would say, but also sort of just a good variety of themes. Definitely things what we want to hit on are sort of ideas about what does the world look like when it's this like because our mod is set in 2329, so about 250 years after the war. What does the world look like still, or 250 years? How do people live? What are their thoughts? What are their beliefs? All that kind of stuff. Because largely on the writing side, I can say that I think a lot of the stuff we end up writing is stuff that we feel isn't really being looked at in other Fallout games, and that's for a variety of reasons, of course. But in our case, it's largely sort of stuff that we think is very interesting about the setting that doesn't really get its own time to shine compared to other stuff.
I don't know why I always try and write Feral Gould rather than Feral Ghoul.
No, I said started, and I said 200 years after the war. The mod is set in, like I said, 2329. So it's far past the war. I mean, I mean, yeah. We, this is a mod project. Obviously, we're working to a pretty high standard, and we have a lot of sort of stuff to do to ensure a high standard. But yeah, this is a mod project. We're not everything that things are not being clear. I don't want to spend like a ton of time talking about the frontier because that's always going to come up in these situations. Largely, sort of, we've always had a very, I would say, focused vision on what we're creating and a lot of focus on editing content just to make sure that like everything works well together. Because you always want to make sure you're making something that feels cohesive when you're making a large project like this, which can definitely be difficult depending on how long it takes for stuff to come together and what the willingness is to cut content. So I wouldn't say the frontier necessarily changed anything for us, just because we always sort of operated under this belief that just because it's there and it's in doesn't mean that it's perfect. It shouldn't be changed. Yeah. Yeah, there will be. I think some of the new creatures are documented on our website, but if they're not, yeah, we have a handful of new creatures, and we'll probably have maybe one or two more between now and release. It largely, we've got what we want vis-a-vis like enemy types, but there's always room for sort of smaller clutter creatures and stuff like that. But yeah, the nice thing about making a mod for Fire is, as it is now, is that we have a very large creature variety to already get pull from Far Harbor and other. Well, mostly I guess Far Harbor. Nuka World doesn't really add anything useful vis-a-vis creatures. Aside from the ants. The ants are pretty useful.
Yeah,
but...
don't you insult my ants.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jake. I won't do that. I know how sensitive and how hard you work on these ants. I guess, yeah, favorite and least favorite things to work on. I really like. I like the part of my job where I get to write dialogue. I don't really like the part of it where I have to write documentation for everything. But the part where I have to write documentation for everything, part that written stuff can go in. So, I mean, for you, Jake, what do you like, sort of like, dislike with regards to 3D modeling?
Let me think. I mean, my favorite is obviously weapons. That goes without saying. I enjoy it. I mean, I like that they're, you get a good mix of being able to do sort of very fantastical, unusual shapes, but there's also mechanics behind it that help you sort of, when you're making something. If you're making a rifle, for example, you look at how real rifles work and you figure out, okay, if I want this shape, where would the recoil spring be? Where would the buffer tube be? Where would this be? Where would that be? You reverse engineer things, and I find that very satisfying when you finally get sort of a finished model, and that theoretically it could sort of work with a bit of suspension of belief. Probably my least favorite is very particular. It's working with some of the very strange ways Bethesda have set up assets.
Yeah.
There's some very strange things that they've done that work fine for the purposes they've used them for, but as soon as you try and edit those things, it's not easy,
Don't
especially
dare
about the
disrespect
source.
Todd.
I wouldn't dare. You know, it's perfect. They've done a perfect job. It's just difficult to reverse engineer it.
Yeah. For you, Flynn, sort of least favorite parts, or
Fun.
Flynn? Can you not hear us again, buddy? Oh, no, you could hear you because he was talking earlier.
I think he's gone. I think we've lost him.
Rip. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. He's back.
Has he returned?
I think.
Nope, he's still silent.
Oh. I guess we'll answer for Flynn. He really likes doing everything that I need, that I don't need.
I hear things.
Oh, he's
Okay.
back. He returns.
Damn it, my ruse
What's
is
up?
what. Okay, so what is your favorite thing to work on? Least favorite thing?
Wait, what was the question again?
Flynn,
Hold on, stupid Discord.
okay. Oh no.
Okay, now let's see. Can I hear? I can hear.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite thing to work on for the project, and your least favorite thing to work on for the project?
That's a hard one. Like favorite thing, I think my favorite thing actually is level design. But I also know there are far more talented level designers around, and like there are far better areas where I can spend my time. Thus, like quest implementation and stuff like that. I think my least favorite thing really is just like a lot of the very trivial things you have to do. Like quest implementation itself is fun. Because I mean, it's always cool to see something go from like this is just the paper and like the dialogue and like rough idea to something you can play in game. But there are so many stages in quest implementation that are just the most trivial, boring, stupid shit ever. Like, let's spend 15 minutes making aliases because that's just what you have to do now. Ugh.
Yeah. And for you, Vicky, to round it out, least favorite stuff.
Oh, can I say everything? I guess the least favorite stuff is to do like the splines between the telephone poles, because it's just so tedious. Let me see. Firstly, you have to place these green endpoint markers. Then you have to select 2 of them, like that. Then you press P. I can't do that because it's already a spline. Then once you have entered like how thick you want it, and you just press enter, and then you have to do it like pretty much all over the map. We have a lot of splines.
Yeah.
It's just time consuming. Let's see if we can get this area to look good.
Right, why did I load the CK?
Let's do this.
Companion-wise, it's sort of up in the air. We're planning for at least 6 humanoid companions and 2 side ones. It might be more, but there's some stuff for like sort of leading to actual implementation stuff because, so sort of part of the thing about companions is companions have, and I'm sort of staring down the barrel of this right now, writing wise, a lot of stuff they can react to, and a lot of that stuff is just like generic markers. It's not even considering like, oh, this location is pretty unique. We should probably have companions react to it. Like companions can just say and do so much that we need to keep some things more feasible. But yeah, hopefully, sort of, I would really like to have 8 companions, but we'll see how that turns out. Easter eggs, yeah, there'll be. I mean, we have tried sort of to avoid like over referencing stuff, just because outside of Wild Waste, then that doesn't really help the tone of your game. But there'll be stuff. We even have sort of like just like the weird regional stuff, like the Hat and Boots statue, uh, the troll statue. I don't know who that is at, but which are interesting and unique, but they're also just there in the real world Seattle. So that's kind of how it's a nice sort of balance between like this is sort of weird and this is also real and not just taking you out of the fiction of the mod. 6 factions. There's like there's a variety of groups. Sort of there's towns. Which towns are kind of factions. Fine line there. There's side factions and then there's larger factions. It's a lot of sort of complicated stuff. And yeah, we do hope to release eventually. We're not doing this into the vacuum of the void of, oh yeah, we don't want to ever release this. We're just going to work on it forever. And definitely, I mean, we're not going to give any hard dates or anything until we're ready to give those. But I think things have been going well. We do have death claws. We're not using the New World Gator claws because they're fine for what they're used for. They're not really useful at all for the Pacific Northwest. We do have the Orc Claw, which I believe are model for art state, which is sort of mutated bipedal orca. It's great looking. But yeah, otherwise we got Death Claws and Orc Claws. Game takes place in 2329, so like I said, about 250 years after the war. Largely, we've been quiet just because we've been busy. There's always varying degrees of how much stuff's getting done, but also what we've been increasing what we want to keep sort of more under wraps. Like Vigge streaming this right now is fine because he's just doing environmental design, but for some of our towns and stuff like that, we kind of want to keep those more under wraps until we can really show them off as a finished location. Because that way there's something preserved for the player when they actually play the mod versus everything is out there and everything before it comes out. Yeah. Yeah, broadly, I mean, there's degrees to which you can allow the player to be evil in the game and have your plot still make sense in any real aspect. But broadly, yeah, we've tried to allow for sort of extreme options and stuff like that. Because there's always a fine line between like evil options and just kind of edgy options, and a lot of the times those two can kind of get inflated. But yeah, broadly, like you can play like not a very good person, I would say. That's like an understatement, probably. But yeah. We do have some weapons from previous games. Sort of weapons are thing where we have a roster somewhat locked down, but part of it's also going back to edit assets and stuff like that. Like for instance, we do have a Chinese assault rifle and a service rifle. We're both done by Whisper Melody and Nexus. And we have other weapons that we are sort of using Nexus weapons, but with some retouches and stuff to make sure they're consistent in quality. Because sort of like I've talked about a little bit already, you always want things to be consistent in quality. And this can be, it's particularly difficult with mod projects where you just have varying levels of talent. If you're using resources, they might be, unadapted to your art style or whatever. And so broadly, we just want to keep things feeling like they're part of a cohesive whole versus clearly this is by another artist and it doesn't look anything like anything else. Speak towards the initial inspiration for the project. I know you were probably more so around for then than I was.
Hold on, let me bring up the stream again. Lost it. I think that's what's killing my Discord audio for some reason. What was the actual question again?
What was sort of the inspiration for the project?
I think for a lot of us original developers, it kind of stemmed out of, I don't want to say a disappointment in Fallout 4 necessarily, but it not being, it was a very different game in a lot of aspects, and the framework for something really fantastic is there. There are so many engine improvements and just, all around it's such a huge step up, even from Skyrim in terms of capabilities. And I think a lot of it always has stemmed from that alone, that we saw Bethesda take a lot of great risks, and why not with Fallout 4, and some of them arguably worked out fantastically, and some people are a bit more split on. And then, for the specific settings, I think Seattle has always been one of those things that's been thrown around in the community often, of it has this environment prior to 76 we hadn't really seen. It gives itself a lot of room for weird, wacky shit that just feels so out of Fallout. You have the Space Needle, you have X-Files, you have Twin Peaks, all of that just in one big pot. And with the cryptids in the area, the environments as well. And to add more to the Fallout feeling, you have a lot of military activity around the area, and I don't know, I think it just kind of landed there very naturally that Seattle felt like a good place to go. It's kind of like how everyone always wants to go to New Orleans or New York. It lends itself really well for a really good game. Can I go back to programming now?
Yeah, if you want to, I guess, sure. No Enclave. This is a pretty hard black to as a team. We're not particularly interested in having existing factions. While the NCR, they're sort of a way to introduce the player to the world of the mod. They're not even really a major faction. A lot of this is just writing wise. It's way more interesting to do things original rely on existing groups, especially when they're sort of groups that have been in almost every Fallout game. At that point, you almost don't want to have them just because it's so, samey. Is that your account, Jay?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Nothing. Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at ghouls.
Okay. It's not your account. Cool. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, I see. No, that's not me, but it does look like something I'd say.
That's why I was so confused. It's
and it does look like a name I'd use. So if we just... Flynn, with the ghouls, did we do anything other than replace the nifs and texture paths?
No.
Okay, cool.
Just keep in mind if you're starting on NIF replacements, those are kind of hard linked to skeletons and whatnot. So we'll have to generate new anim data unless you do a NIF replacement over the original ones.
I just want to bring the original ones back in so I can see what the textures look like in game.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, nothing more than that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like I said, there's a service right that we have made by Wasteland Melody. It's actually made for the project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's new energy weapons whenever Jake finishes them.
Don't look at me.
Start of the game, we don't really wait too much because it's sort of integral to the plot of the game, but you're new to the area and you don't have a whole lot. It's like the best way I would put it.
All the
So, you know,
backstory we give you is at one point you lived in another place and you probably had someone in the world who didn't at least hate you.
Yeah,
If that's what the actual question probably is for you guys. Or that's
Yeah,
what someone
yes.
actually is curious about.
yeah. So basically, it's not. I mean, for the energy weapons we have, I think some of them are kind of slim. It might be. It's a mixed bag. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
yours are kind of
at
slim.
least the two that I can think of are the whole idea behind the design that I was going into them with is the laser weapons that the energy weapons you have in Fallout 4 especially are very rough. They look more like, last ditch effort weapons made for a war. You're running out of resources, you need weapons to get to the front line. So they're not sleek, they're not clean. You're not really caring about ergonomics. You're just caring about something that can fire. Whereas the ones I'm working on are a consumer-focused company is making them to sell to the private market and to the civilian market. So they're much sleeker, they're much slimmer, they're much more like a traditional firearm. But they still have some of the bulk and engineering of the Fallout energy weapons. So they're somewhere sort of in the midpoint.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no more problems with like them taking up 80% of the screen, like the Institute laser weapons, for example.
Yeah, we're not having that happen. So right now, Vigge is sort of encroaching on Bellevue, which is ground zero of the nuclear bombs that struck Washington, or rather, the general Seattle area.
I'm going
It's kind of a
through
giant
changing out the
crater.
grass from like a live grass to a bit more toasted. Because right now it's like, oh, here's healthy grass, and then like 10 meters away it's like, oh, it's all fucked. So I'm just gonna do so it's a bit more faded instead of a hard line between alive and dead grass.
Whoever we cast for that role, I guess. Because we can't get wrong Perlman, but
Hell yeah. Just changing from dried grass to like the blasted grass makes it look so much better in this area.
I feel like so many areas. Honestly, I would kind of want to see if we maybe push some more live grass into some other places.
I just
But
heard
definitely,
something else fucking crash in the kitchen.
I don't know.
I'll be right back.
Oh boy. Yeah, we need to update this slideshow. These pictures are probably like not bad, but those look like even different pine trees than we have right now.
I mean, he could have just put like my Discord stream on the background. It's so exciting right now.
I know.
I love this black screen.
Yeah. And hey, it might be interesting in a moment when you load in and see if your cool stuff's working.
Well, I mean, the exciting bit is after this black screen, I'm gonna have like a 2-minute loading screen.
Yeah.
I need a new hard drive.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's my bus.
Oh yeah. The bus that you made completely on your own.
Yeah, completely from scratch. It's definitely not a vanilla asset.
Yeah. Okay.
There was cat
What
candy
what
all
happened?
over the kitchen floor.
Oh no.
but I had
Cat
help.
candy?
I had help cleaning it up.
Oh.
Yeah, cat candy.
Oh, did it crash? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Forgot to. I forgot to switch back to the stream.
No, I was wondering what's
I left
happening.
everyone on the wait screen. So let's do it here as well.
Yeah, now it's time for another loading screen, boys.
Hell yeah. Let's blast it first. It's kind of comical how large the screen steak shake. It's about to either crash or actually load into the cell. Alright. Now we just see if Jake put the goals in the asset test or not. Oh. What Fishy's music? It'll kind of mostly depend um, on what we can use. Frankly, I mean, we already have Fallout 4 soundtrack to use as we, but music gets sort of the unfortunate area of if you like copyright something, it's very hard to use it.
So let's see if we can blend this a bit better. So we want to start off with like the alive grass, and then sort of fade it into this grass. Let's do it by. Let's remove that. Yes. Hmm.
I swear they're doing this on purpose.
Set the time of day to like 12 or something. Sun's above it.
What'd you say? Sorry?
Set the time of day to like 12 so that you don't have the sun at an 8.
No, the problem is it keeps spawning the wrong ghouls. I just want the normal ghoul but not wearing clothes.
No.
It's giving me pink ones and ones wearing clothes. And the only one that's giving me that's what I want doesn't have a head. Something tells me none of these guys are gonna have heads.
Those are probably the capital wasteland ones that we cut, so their heads probably aren't set up properly.
Yeah, possibly. I feel like the Romas always wear clothes. Maybe not. Let's try a Roma. Wait a second, that's not my head. Whose head is that? Where did they get these heads from?
Oh.
These guys have the right heads, I think, yeah. Wait, no? Whatever.
Turner references, maybe. I don't know.
Get some pine needles on after the pine trees. We'll obviously need to go back and remove the grass going through the highways.
Oh, that's gonna be fun, I bet.
I can do it now. Let's just change the opacity to 100. And like one click. Oh, never mind. Keep grabbing the wrong texture.
So the creation kit, what it does is it sort of stores all the data in cells, but yeah, you can like find basically edit any cell within the ESM. So you not like load the entire map at once necessarily. You load more than you do for like the actual game, but you can access all of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's why. It's like, why isn't the grass loading in? But there's water here. Also, don't worry about the grass looking really dark. It's just the shadows that's not getting, or I guess the texture that gets like destroyed by the, I guess, anti-aliasing. Let's go back to 15% opacity. I'm gonna go back and add more trees soon. But first I'm gonna push in more of these like terrain shelves. Just to break up the landscape a bit, because there's nothing wrong with this, but here it's like super smooth everywhere. But if we add like a terrain cliff there, it's a bit more interesting to look at. So let's find the blasted forest one. It's the first one, never mind. Then we just move it in here. Let's change the strength to 5. Then we try to blend it with the landscape. Then we need to blend the textures. Because right now you can obviously see a seam. So if we just go over it with the same texture, it will blend in almost seamlessly. Then we can go back with some gravel. Like that. There we go, and instead of the landscape being super smooth, it will look better. Let's actually turn off the grass for now so we can see the... I don't know why I'm whispering. I don't know what's happening with my controls. Like right now I'm moving my whole arm and it's going this slow. Sometimes if I... Whoa! Did you see that? I'm trying to rotate it slowly and sometimes it's like... So let's blend this again. Maybe move the ground down here. Then go back with the Blaster Forest. Texture like that. Then we can add this here for contrast. Then if we add the grass back, you can't really see the seam unless you look for it. Don't worry, I'm gonna use more like variation of the cliffs. I just love starting with this one because I really love the shape of this one. Let's do this here. We can move this up here. Oh shit, I'm using the wrong texture. There. Let's see, we can use this one maybe. Here. Never mind. Like that. Move this up. Then we try to fill the gaps in the back here. Bring it down here. Then we need this texture. Blend it a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay, like that. Let's use another one. Hmm. Maybe we can do that variation right here. What's that? Yeah, Blaster Forest Swap. Let's remove the grass again. This way it's easier to see only the assets. Let's blend this in again. Remove that. So let's look at this black texture here. We need to sacrifice
You guys can this now.
that one. Again, Rocky Shore, gone. So there's a texture limit in Fallout 4 where you can't use more than like 4 textures per cell. Otherwise it will just turn black like this. So that means I'm using one texture too much. So let's actually remove the pine needle one. But doing it like that is a bit risky because then you get like these obvious seams where to remove the previous texture. So let's just blend in these. Like, I'm not too worried about seams like this. They're all over in Fallout 4 and in 76. But you don't really notice them until you look for them. Okay, the road is slightly blue here. Okay. Let's actually remove these trees here so we can make this look a bit better. Like, oh yeah, we put a road next to a fucking death hill. I'm looking for like maybe this piece here. Could go here. Then maybe we could use that piece here. Just blend it together. Right here. Let's move it a bit. Then we can like smooth out the hill here. So it's not a fucking death road. So let's bring up the landscape here. Smooth it out. Bring it up again. So when I'm doing stuff like this, I usually go overboard with the, like I raise it too much. But it's just to give me some room when I go in with the smoothing tool. Because if I don't go overboard, it will look like this, where it's, I don't know what to call it, like you can see it goes down instead of like hugging the rock. So basically, you basically want it to look like, yeah, the soil is stopping at the rock instead of being like this, where it's very obviously the rocks doesn't feel like it's part of the landscape. Another neat trick to do is lowering the ground in front of the rock pieces. Just to make the landscape a bit uneven like this. Okay, that is much better. Let's raise the ground here. Like that. Then just smooth it out again. Now it still looks dangerously steep here, but it's not super bad. We'll probably have to redo this road. So if we place a mannequin, we can see like how steep it is. I think we can smooth this out a bit. Let's just remove this for now. We can add it back later. I think this road was built in like 2017 or something. So it's like really old. I don't like how the road is going like zigzag like this. So let's just let's grab a curved piece. If we can find it. This piece here is good. Then when building the roads, you want to like ignore the landscape. So let's just lower it a bit in this area just to okay. I'm gonna need a sip. Okay, so when building the roads, you want to ignore the landscape and just focus on if the roads are aligning good. Like, so you don't get... Oh. So you don't get, like, very hard seams, like... Holy shit. Like this. So instead you want to go for roads that are kind of sloped a bit more even. So like here. like that. I usually like just align these middle parts. And if I want to do like a hard turn, I sort of visualize how the blue part will go, or the yellow part will go between the roads. It's like that. But I don't know if I want the road to go super straight like this. Let's see. Edit colors.
So no, we didn't stop development for a bit. We just kind of had less that we could really show in some areas. So because we're trying to avoid spoiling stuff, things like that.
Do a bit more like that, maybe. Yep, that will work. I'm just trying to see if it's lined up properly. Yeah, it's fine.
You don't really have an ETA. We definitely, want to release the project at some point, and why just why we do work on it. But we're only going to have a release date or a release period. We're sure that we can hit that, and that when we're at the point where we can't hit that.
I enjoyed Vigge just staring directly into my soul for a second just then.
It's because I have my tools up here. Like the
Oh, I see.
snapping and like you can see which ones are toggled on. So when I'm like, I'm just looking at the tools.
I looked over at the stream for a second and I just saw Viggy staring directly at me with a completely dead expression on his face.
I was looking straight at you.
Yeah, I would say probably the largest hurdle is just generally like people having time, etc. Because we all have lives. So like if we were working on this as a paid thing full time, it probably would be out. But we're still making good progress either way.
So let's go back with strength 5. I think I will soon have to take a break just to restart the CK. It's starting to slow down. With no grass. So if we turn on grass, you can see that it's going through everything. So we'll just go back with the rubber rock on the edges. Just to get rid of the grass. Like that. Same here, you can go overboard with the textures. Oh my god, you can't do that though. What the fuck is it? Oh, that's why. I put the brush strength at 100. bit too much rubble going on right here. Let's go back with the grass. We can change to maybe no grass. Like that. Then go back with the gravel. Like that. And here we can add the broken asphalt pieces. That used to fade in a bit. Like that. Let's raise here. I think that looks okay. Okay, now the trickiest part is aligning this road here with the road coming here. But it's not too bad, it's just those are pretty much the only tricky parts from building roads. So let's just start going that direction. Maybe we can slope this up a bit here. Let's just look from below. Like that. Let's actually go back with brush strength 30. Let's just decimate this area. We can raise the ground back up later. Let's remove the grass. Back to clear skies. I don't think I want to go any steeper than this. This is pretty steep already when you go in-game. Let's just add one more. We could do the short version. Or actually, we could do this version. Super long boy. To get an even nicer curve here. Let's see. Maybe like that. Back a bit up. I think I'm happy with this road here so far. So let's just remove. Maybe we'll have to redo. Hey. This is honestly fine if we can clean it up a bit. Like this just looks like there was a slight sinkhole or something underneath. Like a cavern that collapsed. So if we just clean this up a bit and make the hills here less like super evenly straight, then I think this will look really good. Here's more. If you wonder why the road is like slightly tinted blue, it's because we use vertex colors like this to like draw where we could have roads. Then if you don't remove it properly, you will still have like, I don't know what to call it, like smudges of color. Let's just see if I can see more. Oh, it's a bit here. Whoa. So let's go back down. Here. So let's see. Is it just loading? Just there. What the fuck happened here? Let's just do that. Duplicate this one and just boop. Is it too much tilted in one direction maybe? A bit. So let's just do it like that. A bit out. Now it's much more like even. Like before it was pretty much like this. Oh, I see what it was like that. I think we have to rework this whole area in a bit. Just to blend in the road better. Let's remove this for a bit. Now we're getting closer. So we can start evening out the road. So let's go for a middle piece like this, maybe. Then another one here. But that's a bit more straight. Okay, so that's completely straight, so let's go like that. Bit more. Let's remove these random fucking signs. Let's move this out of the way. Like that. Let's actually prepare this wall here for rework. I don't like how the pieces follow the terrain. It should be the other way around. Like I will keep the general shape of the mountain here. The mountainside. I will change it up so it's better. So it's okay, like that. Let's move this a bit more out of the way. Someone used the rural roads here. They are like slightly smaller than the normal ones. So let's just swap these out. So let's start going up again. Do it here. Like that. I need one of those curved roll pieces up here. Like that. Let's just flip this over. Someone's calling me. Fiance. Let's see. Let's bring all the windows back up. So here we need a bit. Let's extend this area here. Let's see. Like that. Now we need to bend it here. Let's do it a bit steeper. Like that, and then bring back the straight road. So. Oh, this area is so old. I don't think I have the energy to work right here, so let's just go back. Just above the bend here. Like that. Let's bring the ground down. Because we can always fix it later. There's no reason for it to go up this far here. Let's bring it all down. Let's see. Is this mod ever gonna be finished? Yeah, I hope so. It's certain. I can't fucking talk anymore. It certainly looked like that, or looks like that for now.
Well, I'm gonna head out. You have a good rest of the stream, Vigge, and hopefully we get back in the swing of doing this.
What? What did you say? I couldn't hear him. Now we need a curved piece here. Sort of point it towards this piece here. I think that's good enough. So let's go back in with a finer brush. Strength 5. Doesn't need to be 100% perfect right now. How's the boulder placing going? I'm going to move on to that later. For now, I'm just trying to get like the road in place, since I need to like I can't find the words. I need to build this mountain following the road. I don't want to do like the other way around. So I'm just trying to get it into place. Like this. It doesn't need to be perfect for now. I just want to get it like 80% there. I think that's good enough for now. Let's move some trees. Okay, where can we add rocks? Let's just start by moving some of them. Maybe one here. Like that. So let's... Did you guys like the Starfield game? Yeah, we did. At least the ones I've spoken to. But it's also been a little bit of a mixed bag. But it mostly depends on like what your expectations were. Like I didn't have high expectations because I stayed spoiler free until release. And I enjoyed it quite a bit, but I missed some quality of life features that I've had in other games. Like when you pick up keys, for example. Like it will just fill up your inventories with keys instead of putting it in its own category. Let's add a rock here. Smooth out this area there. Then we can move this back down. Like that, maybe. Maybe something here. Just so it's a very rocky road here. It will look really empty until we add some like detail. Let's just move that. Okay, so let's start with this beast right here. So when I'm building mountains, I generally want to start at the bottom, because then you get an outline, like you outline the mountain a bit. So maybe like that. Like if you start from the top, maybe you want to end down here, but if you build it too far, you need to end it like maybe over here. So always try and build from the bottom. Let's see, like that maybe. Then we can scale this up. Put it here. Then on the, I guess the root of the mountain or the foot of the mountain, just flatten it out like this. A few times. There. Okay, I know exactly which piece I want. This one right here. Let's go back to 1.2. Then we set the rotation. Right there. Let's remove that. That piece will do. Could use it here as well. Let's go back with brush strength 15. So I kind of want the top to follow the rock. Even if you haven't made it all the way to the top, it will help to even out the mountain a bit. So let's add, yeah, that's perfect. 1.2. Let's add it here. Maybe scoot it back a bit so we can have maybe here. Then we can do this here. Where's like... Okay, like that. Could use this to fill this gap here. Let it in a bit more. Could use this maybe if I angle it so it's not exactly the same as this one. I can reuse that one here. Let's do that again where we blend the rock. I can move it down here maybe. Like that. Let's move it down here. Let's blend the tops. Okay, like that. Now I want to go back in with some textures to okay, like that. Let's toggle grass back on so we can see what we're doing. Let's see. Like, it's amazing what a little grass can do. If I turn it off, it looks really bland. Like, just the grass adds so much. So let's go back in and fix the grass going through the road. We just want to outline it. And off stream we can go in like super finely tweak. So let's fix this area here a bit maybe. By just moving it slightly out of the way. What is happening here? Is there a gap here? Oh, it's because it's a custom piece. Let's see. I will probably have to end the stream here soon, so let's just look at what we made. I hope it shows up on stream. Maybe I can make it close. I press the wrong buttons every time. So let's do 1440. Window mode, borderless. Maybe that's enough. Exit for SE. Okay, that's a bit bigger. I have it on an SSD, but when you have the CK running and everything, it's a bit slower. Yes, wait for the program to respond. There's 2 cats behind me on the bed right now. Can you even see that guy? He's blending in with the blanket. Oh, there we go. I'm too lazy to move the gaming window, so let's just do this instead. Let's just cheat a bit. It's over here in this. Let's see, bad. Okay, obviously we need new LOD, that's why it's hopping in. But it doesn't feel too steep here right now, like compared to before. And it's a bit like, I guess where it's a winding road instead of it being totally straight here. Oh, and here we have the new textures. It's a bit more toned down now. Then we swapped out this one for the proper one. I haven't been in here. It requires a key. I haven't been in that interior for years. So let's just go to the other entrance. It should be up here. So just... back to normal walking speed, I guess. I don't think this piece has collision yet, that's why I can clip through it. We can at least enter the interior. I think this has been touched up since... well, it was built like 2017 or 18, and then updated like 2020, I guess. So that's just... I've been here in so long. Like, it doesn't look bad, but it needs an update to lighting. Okay, so we have some vines coming through. Some dripping water. Ghouls. Oh, this is really cool here. At least from this angle. We walk through here. Yeah, this one doesn't have collision yet either. Huh. Yeah, this is fucking cool. Get into here. this way? Oracles? It's so loud. I'm sorry. Come out here. Ah, the tunnel key. And we're back out the tunnel. Oh, I'm in the ground again. Yeah, that's the train interior. Let's see. Let's look at an interior that's... It was made like last year, and it has a bit better lighting. Like maybe the bloom here is a bit too strong, but let's see if we can find a more complete area, because obviously there's holes in the ground here. Oh my god. Is it this way? Oh, I'm sorry. That hurts my brain. Is it this way? This wasn't one item. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's the old mine shaft. Back to normal movement speed. Yeah, this one is a bit better lit up. Like compared to the train tunnel where it was more... I guess the colors were washed out. I'm still super fast. Is it this way? Maybe? Yeah, of course. But yeah, that's a newer interior, so it's looking a bit better than where we were before. Let's see, let's end. Oh, it moved back. Never mind. Let me try and fix this. There we go. Bam. Obviously, this area needs a bit more touch up as well. But I think I will save that for another day. And let's just end the stream right here because I don't know. My mind is like melted from just staring and thinking. So I want to thank you for watching this stream. I don't know when we will stream the next time, but at least I hope it won't be 17 months. Or in my case, 2 years and 1 week. So I will see